whoever approved that, I don't want to say have them fired because that would be mean, but they should get
Yeah,
a
I don't like
very
it.
stern talking to.
That's okay. That quick message to the fans. If you guys are listening, dude, stop with the whole, this person. Okay, for instance, I remember when when they showed Shang Tsung's Island. I forgot what event it was at, but they showed a trailer for Shang Tsung's Island. They showed Shang Tsung with the Kerry Tagawa face, and they showed somebody accidentally showed Noob Saibot, and everyone looked at the girl on the panel. It was on the development team, and they're like, "F this girl, she should be fired. Noob Saibot's one of my favorite characters," and they just ruined the announcement for him. I'm like, dude, you want to fire a person? You really, it's like in the Molina stands. You're really like Ed Boon. I'll never forget this. Ed Boon put out like a rest in peace Prince after Prince passed away, and the first thing the first comment on there was, "Where's Molina?" And I was sitting there, I was like, "Do you put your rest in peace for Prince? And you're really gonna add really? Like, what is wrong with you people, dude?" It's like, dude, it's like,
yeah.
In the end, it's a video game. In the end, we're here for entertainment, and I love talking about it, and it's important because I like talking about this stuff. But dude, come on. You guys gotta, dude, we gotta stop with the whole like when I hear that like dev team gets like death threats for not adding a character, or people calling for someone to get fired. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of the MKX or MK11 story. There are elements to it that I liked, but by no means do I want Dominic Ciancello to get fired. By no means do I want Sean Kittleson to get fired, because that's so far beyond. Like, whenever I hear, because people have told me like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna have you fired. I'm like, okay, Frank, sit down, dude. Like, okay, Karen, sit down. Like, it's just, dude, whenever I hear stuff like that, like that I mean, you just saw how passionate I got. Like, that irritates me so bad, that you would want someone to lose their jobs because you don't like what happened. You don't like how things played out in the game. Like, I understand that if somebody makes over and over the same mistake over and over again, and game by game by game, okay, maybe we should reevaluate their position. Maybe we should reevaluate, where they are at NetherRealm Studios. I get that, but to, because they accidentally showed Noob Saibot, that this girl who probably had nothing to do with the theatrics behind their presentation should get fired because they accidentally showed you a reveal. Like, dude, come on. Like,
That's really
the fandom.
bad.
The fandom is just insane.
It's also like, I mean, it's a greater symptom of just like people have sort of fallen into this comfort of being able to say really horrible things casually without having to really meditate on how horrible the thing they're saying is, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm sure the person who said, "Oh, I hope that girl gets fired," I'm sure if that person was actually like driven to Chicago and that girl actually got fired, you saw that girl fired, and then you saw the girl start crying after she realized she was fired, and then he saw that girl not be able to pay her bills because she lives in one of the most expensive cities in America, I'd be like, no, obviously I didn't want this. Clearly I didn't want this. But it's just the idea that people think their words don't matter and their words don't have an effect. And occasionally that is true, but you don't say anything operating on that assumption. And that's really what bothers me. It's like, why do you think you can say horrible shit and it doesn't matter? That's what I want to convince people. It's like, the horrible things you say do matter. And you need to be more responsible with your words, right? That's the message I would get out there.
Let's not ignore the fact that feelings are real, because they are. And when you do say very, very angry and hateful things, like that over a video game, over your dude, it's so irritating. That people can go so far as to like, Ed Boon, I'm going to come to your house and slit your throat if you don't put, smoke in the game. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong?
As important as facts may be, They're not a substitute for hugs. They're not a substitute for love. They're not a substitute for companionship. They're not a substitute for support. Facts are not going to save the world. You know, goodwill is going to save the world, right? And we need more of that.
Yeah. I always said unity through video, like unity through gaming. That's what I always said. I was like, dude, it's like like you're saying. Okay, you got if you look at the Nethercast, you got Cyborg, Razor, you got Shad, Django, you know, all the guys, and now you're including, like, you know, sometimes Brusque is on there, Brusque Poet, and sometimes Rain Reptiles on there, and Down 4. It's like you have like almost 10 people on there with extremely different points of view. And coming together to unify yourselves through a video game. Like, to me, that's beautiful. That is such a beautiful thing. And there should never be calls to, you know, have someone fired and lose their job and their livelihood and their ability to take care of themselves and their loved ones. That's just insane to me, you know, because your character didn't get in the game.
You know, it's funny, when I started the Nethercast, the reason why I was so excited was because it's like, now I finally have a voice. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like for the first time ever in the fandom, I can finally cast a vote, right? Mm-hmm. And now, to what extent that was true or not, I'll never really know. I was always tripped up when they revealed Cassie Cage's gameplay. Mm-hmm. And in her win pose, she comes down on the rope. She goes, "Sup?" I'm like, wait, what? Is that, do they listen to the show? No, there's no way. There's no way. But what if there was a way, right? I'll never know how much of an influence I actually had. Mm-hmm. But now in time, 8 years into this, I realize it doesn't really matter. Like, what really matters is that I got to keep a record of analysis that I can refer back to and that other people can refer back to. Mm-hmm. And if I had a positive influence, great. If I had a negative influence, that's a shame, right?
Right.
But I think the more important thing is just to be able to talk intelligently about this stuff and to be able to refer back to it when everything is said and done. I think that's really why. But,
and that's why I love the Nethercast Discord, because of that. You know, so
we're also
Go ahead. No, keep going.
Most of us are super old, so you're not going to see a lot of the.
There's a little bit of maturity in there.
Yeah, we don't want anyone to get fired, really. I mean. Maybe Razor does to some extent, but he doesn't want bad things to happen to people. Like, he doesn't want people to lose their livelihood. He doesn't want people to go without food. He doesn't want people to not be able to, like, provide for their kids. Like, he wants people to be able to live meaningful lives and hopefully make a good damn Mortal Kombat game on the way. That's where he stands officially, right?
Right. Because you can tell you can tell in all of the Nethercast guys for the most part love Mortal Kombat. As much as they criticize it, they still love it.